What is up, guys? It's Kevin back in with a quick new video, just showing you guys what I've been doing and what I've been working on. Now, this video was supposed to come out Sunday because I bought the Civic, and I bought it on Saturday, and I was gonna fix it and see what was going on with it. Originally, when I bought it, it was only $200, so I really can't complain about the car. But it had a lot of things going on with it that I didn't realize, and the person that sold it to me, the supposedly mechanic, didn't tell me about, so I had to figure it out on by myself. So I worked on it a little bit on Sunday, and then today I worked on it more. Let me show you what's going on with it. Now, he said that it ran and drove fine. Now, I didn't notice when I bought this car, but this is actually a swap. This is a Z6 motor and Z6 transmission that came out of a different car, of course not this car, because Z6 doesn't come in this model of car. But I bought a battery for it, and he told me, oh, all you need is a battery, stick it in there, it'll run fine. Bought a battery, and I couldn't get the damn thing to run. It would turn over, it would act like it wanted to start up, but it wouldn't start up. So I couldn't figure out what was going on with it, because I checked the injectors with the Noid light, checked for spark, everything was good. So I was thinking, well, it's got to be the fucking compression, that's all it could be. But the bad thing is I was going to pull the #1 spark plug out, and this is what I found. The whole bottom part of this plastic is basically stuck onto the spark plug. Now, it's easy to get the little rubber boot off, but if it's hard plastic, it's a lot harder to get that shit out. So thankfully on these cars they have the timing mark on the crank pulley, so I put it in time and checked the timing on the cam, and it was about 3 or 4 teeth off. And then I grabbed it and I was like, wow. You see, there's no real play in it now, but what happened is there was probably 2 inches of play. I could take this and push it all the way over to here. So this, of course, it's not the stock timing belt. This is a Gates timing belt. So somebody didn't tighten up the tensioner right. So did all that, got it running. It actually runs really good. So I just left it, and today I started messing with it earlier, pulled it out, started waxing it. As you can see, the paint looks a lot better than it did in the last video. Now, I didn't do the roof. You can see the roof is still dingy, but the paint itself is actually pretty good. And the interior, I cleaned it up a little bit, not too much. I'm still selling this thing cheap as hell. I did take the radio out and I took the speakers, but the transmission pulls good, no grinds, no pop outs. And I went to start making this video to show you guys how it runs and everything like this, and this is some bullshit. If you look right here, let's see if I can get my hand down there. This right here, that is the actual mounting spot on the starter. That shit broke. I was trying to crank it up, and it broke, and I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna put a bolt in the bottom here, whatever. The bolt on the bottom is completely stripped, so thank God I have a few transmissions just laying in the garage, so I had a starter on one of the transmissions. So I'm about to throw that in real quick, and then I'll show you guys how it runs. Be right back. Guys, I'm back. That took like 4 or 5 minutes to put it on, so let me start it up for you and show you how it runs. Now, I don't think I actually pointed out when I bought the car, it didn't have any tail lights on it, so I had to put tail lights in it. This is like aftermarket tail lights, has the adjustable coilovers. It has no muffler on it, but like I said, the switch is messed up. I have the old switch, well, a new switch, but I'm just not gonna put it in. It's like, fuck that. But the engine does run. Right there, it runs super fucking loud though, but it does run. It's got check engine light because of all the sensors that aren't plugged up. So yeah, I mean, it's still $200. I didn't have to put anything into it. Like, if I didn't have the starter for it, of course I'd have to spend like 25 bucks on a starter from Pull Apart or whatever. This thing pulls really hard. I'm not sure if they've done anything to the motor, considering it is a motor swap. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but when I did drive it, it felt like it pulled a lot harder than a normal Z6 motor. So, you know, when I sell it, I'm not going to tell anybody that. I was just like, you know, somebody put a different motor in it and it needs a little bit of work. Like I said, I'm still selling it cheap as hell. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. What's going on with the car? It's definitely like somebody that buys this damn thing. It's definitely a project car. I was gonna get some hubcaps for it, but I went to Walmart. I went to the parts store. You really can't find hubcaps for 13-inch wheels anymore. So I was just like, screw it. But overall, with a little bit of TLC, you know, somebody that knows how to work on these things, you could actually get it going with relatively nothing. I mean, the motor sounds strong. Hopefully, you know, it has good compression. It sounds like it has good compression. It's got aftermarket motor mounts on it, on both sides. And I'm just going to put this intake in it and did it up like that because I had to put the starter in, but I've got a K&M filter that I'm going to put on it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, whoever buys it can fix the all the little sensor plugs and all that stuff, but kind of is what it is at this point. I'm not fucking with this thing anymore. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to put out a video on Saturday, either a Q&A or something like that. I would like to do something different that I've been thinking about, but I'll let you guys know on Saturday. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll talk to you guys later.